for serious for the last whatever. It did not sound very serious when I said, "Are we ready to go?" Todd is lying on other channels. So all you YouTube creators, if Todd, don't take him serious in your comments. He claimed to be seriously selling for the last 8 years. I'm like,
yeah, that's me.
My bullshit detector just started screaming. Johnny, thanks for everybody. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to. Oh look, we're live on YouTube.
I didn't get the notification.
So y'all gonna be part of my video test this morning to see how. And we'll let the test happen in a few minutes.
I'm excited.
Did you know that if you list it on eBay regularly, you sell shit?
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't come at me with, "Oh, you got to list every day," to all that craziness and using draft banks, all that sort of shit. Nobody's gonna buy anything out of your draft bank. But I've consciously, like yesterday, Saturday and Sunday, I listed 50 or 60. And it pays dividends immediately if you're buying. Don't tell me you can't go out there and find stuff, because I spent on a random Tuesday yesterday. I need to video everything I bought yesterday. I think I spent $180 in 4 thrift stores. Steve, you know what an Epson FF680 scanner is?
It sounds good.
It was
scanner.
It was sitting there in its box. I looked down there. I'm like, it's one of those when you're in a store or in a thrift store and you see something and you can't get to it fast enough. I'm like, if somebody comes around the corner and grabs that the last one sold used at $3.99.
Nice.
So there's so much, and I guess I'll make a video about it too, separate from the show, because not everybody watches the show, which is, I don't know why we're such charming personalities here.
All right.
You got me and Steve in the hand. I mean, what more do you need in life?
Think of a lot better things.
Okay, true that. But it's when we tell you if you go in a thrift store and you only stick to one section, it becomes about what you sell, and people don't want to accept the fact that they have some blame in some of the slowdown. The reason why my eBay sales go up and down is because my participation goes up and down. The reason why my Amazon sales go up and down is because my participation goes up and down. There's not any secrets. If you have good items and continually list good items, because remember, I've had great sales the last 4 days. I don't keep listing these things. It's not that I'm for listing every day. It's the good shit's gone. So
I hadn't listed on Amazon in months, but I got that pallet and I had one item that was do better on Amazon, so I put it on there a couple months ago, and I didn't sell any. Prime Day came, and the other people all sold out, and I was the only one left on the listing. So now I've been selling a bunch. So that was nice. That's the extent of my Amazon sales in a long time.
So Lag went on vacation. His sales tanked. Well, stop taking cruises, Lag. You go on a European cruise, they're gonna kick you in the nuts. Isn't that right, Todd?
That's right. That's what I
have
heard.
Your sales. Have you started coming back now?
No, it's still bad. I'm beside myself.
How long did you have your store on vacation?
July 6 to July 18.
If you were beside yourself, we see both your hands.
So
okay, there. That was Todd beside himself right there.
But around the 18th, I switched everything back to back off vacation, and so I figured stuff would start selling. And no.
How many listings do you have, Todd?
1,440.
That's a serious amount.
That's a serious amount.
And maybe it's time for you to do a nuclear reset.
You know, I haven't done a reset
Maybe.
in. I don't
I
think
want
I've done one
somebody
since
needs to
like
do that.
April.
Coming back from vacation and stuff like that, maybe that might be an answer to kind of jumpstart sales, is to get the newly created listings and get eyes back on your account, or maybe reset end all your promoteds and restart your promoted listings. Do something to activity in that account.
I usually don't have that many issues, but I only ever go on vacation for maybe a week. And then I set it up because, you know, I have 2 days shipping or something like that. So I set it up so that the day I get back, I can start
Credit
shipping
Club.
again. And then I also leave and I know Todd did too. I leave sales on the whole time I'm on vacation.
Yeah,
And
I
I usually
sold.
don't have an issue, but
I sold like 25 things, almost 30 things when I was on vacation, which was nice. But
All right, so
yeah,
y'all want me to tell you how my day started this morning?
sure.
Are y'all ready to?
treat?
Yeah, y'all ready to participate in the test?
I am. Oh, my ear.
Dang,
Did
that
that
was
work?
loud.
Did that work?
That was
It
loud
could,
as
it could be
hell.
better when you work on it some more. It'll be better. But yes, it's all right.
That's gonna be I'll turn the volume down, but that's my rant incoming like a damn tornado warning. Folks, never turn on Facebook first thing in the morning, and then the first thing that shows up is your competition. And what I mean by competition is the Trash to Cash Resell podcast has a big Facebook group, and it's full of all kind of people. And the first thing they're complaining about is my post office I got a message from my post office saying they're going to start destroying packages. I'm like, wait a minute. What now I got to start in the comments. Why would they? She said, I just have them scan the pack. Okay, so this person is paying for UPS Ground Saver, taking the package to her local post office, having them scan the bottom, and then giving it to the post office.
Yep.
That's like me going online and ordering from Sam's and getting mad as fuck they don't have my Target order. That's not how any of this works. If you pay for UPS, take it to the goddamn UPS store. How hard is this? That's
People
why the
have
store
been-
says lazy resellers are the worst, and especially stupid ones. It is absolutely amazing the stupidity and the level that we make this. And you wonder why people ask you questions on eBay. Go, oh my god, I can't answer questions because it's going to be a return.
People have been doing that for years, and even some YouTubers said, "Yes, you can do that. You know, take your UPS Smart Post or whatever they were."
And
Why
this
would
it prints 2 barcodes because UPS uses the top one to get it to the city. So say I'm gonna send something to Los Angeles, I will take it to Meridianville UPS store, or it's actually in Huntsville, but it's close enough. Or they'll pick it up here. They will scan it, and they'll go, it's our responsibility to take it to Los Angeles. They'll drop it in Los Angeles, and the post office will use the bottom barcode to take it to your house. Hey, Kent.
It's a last mile delivery, not a first mile.
You and Spam, hey, thank y'all so much. Compliments of Spam Bash. She's here this morning. Good morning, Spam. And Primo, if you're there. It's insane how hard we make this. If you buy shipping from FedEx, they have a similar program. It's got to start at FedEx. It ain't hard, and that's why they've got. What would you do? Okay, so resellers, and y'all are the most fickle bunch, and probably not my audience because you guys are seasoned. Y'all understand almost all this. But how many of them do you see in these groups that are so mad because somebody did this or somebody did that? Whenever they're intentionally doing something wrong, they're not even smart enough to understand the label that you purchase it from somewhere. They're trying to take a shortcut, and they're upset that the post office is mad about it.
Well, people have been taking advantage of that for years. What happens is when you drop that kind of package off at the post office, they just throw it in a box, and when UPS comes to deliver something, then they give it to UPS, and they just want to stop doing that because that's not the system.
on this post, somebody had a comment saying that my rural post office, so probably in the middle of nowhere, like Todd, has a UPS comes there every day, so they have a box. So they put it in the box and collect it, and when UPS gets there, they just give them the box or whatever. You know, if your post office does that, you've got a great postmaster. They're doing you a favor, because that's not the way it is supposed to go. And there are UPS drops everywhere. Can't you can drop UPS in Advanced Auto? Is UPS
I think Advanced Auto, yeah.
Advanced
Dollar
Auto?
General. No, Dollar General's FedEx.
Dollar General's FedEx. See, a lot of CVSs take UPS because Walgreens takes FedEx.
Okay.
Imagine
it's not hard to find a place to drop a UPS package correctly.
See, I wondered why. Yesterday I go to do my shipping, and I ship a pirate ship, and pirate ship comes up. I had a ground saver, and pirate ship comes up and gives me a little message you have to clear saying this package must be dropped off at a UPS center. And I'm like, why are you? Okay, I tell my GPS, Apple Maps, treat me like I'm stupid because I don't know where I'm at. But I don't expect my shipping service to treat me like I'm stupid. But they have to, because there are so many idiots who don't understand if you buy from UPS, you must take it to UPS.
It's been the rule ever since that program has come about. It's just that the post office was kind enough to forward it where it needed to go. My post office, if I accidentally ship a UPS, they'll give it back to me. But
okay, so that happens every now and then. I mix one up, and when I get there, either Jason will hand me the package back, or he'll say, "You gave me a UPS yesterday. If you're looking for it, it might be a day late. I gave it to the driver today." And I'll apologize and tell him, "Hey, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. You covering from my stupidity. I will apologize, but those kind of things do happen. But when you're intentionally, I cover up the top barcode so they can scan the other barcode. There's something wrong. If you have to force it, anytime you have to force something like that to happen, you're doing something wrong. I found in life, if it doesn't work smoothly and you have to find the workaround in order to get around the system, chances are you are cheating the system for someone. And can you imagine just think about these resellers and all the whining. If UPS or somebody comes back and says your package was this, we had to charge you an extra $1. That is the end of the fucking world for these folks. They will cry and carry on about the same package that the UPS had to charge, or post office had to charge them $1. And yet they are sticking a knife into the post office going, I paid FedEx to take this, but I'm forcing you to do it. How mad would these people be?
When you get screwed, you're outraged. When you screw somebody, you're happy about it. It's weird.
That's the difference in you getting your yearly physical and a doc using lube or not. That's exactly what the difference is.
Thanks.
Ouch.
It's okay. So it's whether you do it the right way. He uses lube, and you do it the wrong way. No lube, and he keeps his big class ring on. There you go. Y'all know that's the secret of life, right? How big a ring finger does your doc have? That's the secret to a happy life. And so this only happens to people that are using. I don't think. Tell me if I'm wrong. I shipped Monday just to see what the difference was. Shipped it Monday on eBay. I didn't get ground saver not once. So I think it's a pirate ship thing where you get ground saver. I don't think eBay offers ground saver.
I've never even used it. So there was what was it? FedEx Smart Post. I don't know if they still do that.
They do.
And people were dropping those off the post office too, by the way.
Class of 94 stamped.
But I never found it worth using because it took forever to get to the customer, and the savings just weren't. Maybe on some bigger things, but
there's a dude that uses priority mail boxes to ship his FBA shipments to UPS. He tells his followers it's okay. Okay, so this is the way it works, people. This is the way I've told y'all. I've been doing live shows forever. If the person you're listening to tells you to do something the wrong way, unsubscribe, never listen to them again. That's it. Because at
No.
some point, their stupidity is going to cause harm in your life because you're listening to what they say.
Now, it may be a case of somebody not understanding the rules correctly, but it sounds like he's probably repeating it over and over again, even though he's been told it's not okay.
Jack's Treasure says he'll never get that image out of his mind. You're welcome. That's what Wednesdays are for. How bad can we mentally scar you this early on a Wednesday morning? It is. At the end of the day, reselling is not difficult. There's so much of it that we make difficult. We spend our time thinking, how bad customers are and this return that, and in the meantime, we are all an enemy. These people. That's why that name of the show, Lazy Resellers, are the worst. I didn't want to insult everybody.
How few items? I got to ask, how few items is this guy sending into FBA if he's using priority mailboxes? They don't come super big,
They do not. I don't know.
For any of the FBA shipments I've ever sent in, there's no priority mailbox that size.
I don't even. If I'm doing FBM, I don't even like using those pack. I'd rather use a plain box because
I have in the past, but anymore it's not. There's no.
Amazon. How Amazon is. I can see that one of their customer service agents going, "Well, that's not a plain box. It specifically says a new plain box."
Right.
Jennifer sent me a message. I have a message.
Read it out loud for the whole class.
All right. Let's mute
or
it.
not.
Dun, dun.
We got quiet in here. I don't know. I see video and then he flipped the phone. I can't hear him though.
Look like a
Shipping
reseller
center.
warehouse there.
Yeah.
Reseller storage unit.
When did we tell him his mic is off?
Yeah,
His name is Amazon Trapper. Of course. Why do these people always sell a course or want you to? That is the most insane thing folks. If you're going to sell on Amazon,
I'm gonna go look at this.
If they catch you breaking rules, I don't care what the rules are. It's not nice. It's not like eBay. They send you a message. Y'all sing kumbaya. They tell you not to go again. Maybe you didn't know. So we're just telling you this. They suspend your ass and make you send a nicely worded document admitting that you're wrong, why you did it, what you're going to do to prevent it in the future, and then you must beg for mercy. Like the Four Tops, beg and plead for your sympathy during the symphony. Yeah, that's what you've got to do. And then if you do it again, chances every time you screw up again, it is that much harder to get back in their good graces. And so why would you waste?
No, he's one of those. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's
Marshall's, TJ Maxx, that kind of place. He's one of those guys.
If you're listening to somebody tell you Marshall and TJ Maxx, folks, do not sell. That's eBay and other platform stuff. I'm telling you right now, you don't have receipts. Chances it's much higher to get a counterfeit or to get a imperfection item. I'm telling you right now, you're asking for. Can you get away with it? And do people get away with it? Yes, they do. At some point, it bites you in the ass.
Amazon's been so much harder on that recently.
Ronnie Hart used to buy from them, but I think he sold all of his on eBay.
Probably. I don't remember if Ronnie was ever an FBA seller at all. I can't remember.
So Mike said the guy he follows in the crazy card, welcome to the world's greatest picker. The guy follows says it's going to ship scotch, Pall Malls on a pistol if you use priority, no ground though. So I don't know how many of y'all watch John Flipping Ain't Easy. You should be. John's a good dude. And I told John had an issue Friday with some kind of crazy claimed that they were at his house and it was kind of disturbing. And so I told John that he needed to make sure that he had it. This is a new YouTube tool. You know, sometimes you need to show people that I got an itch, my cordless hole puncher, that you're serious about this shit. My address is pretty easy to find. And also the address to the gun store down the street is pretty easy to find too. They know who I am. Come on, bring it. It's just, it is a weird thing, folks, that people think because you listen to somebody on the internet that there's please in public. Hello, I'd love to meet every single one of you in public, but if you show up at somebody's house, residence, it happened to Kevin Commonwealth Picker. It is a creepy thing to invade someone like that. It happened. I watch Campervan Kevin. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Campervan Kevin. I talk about him every now and then. He's got signs up saying that about you. He had to put them up about, you know, trespassers will be shot and all kinds of shit. Another YouTuber lives down the street from him, put up a damn gate because people would drive up on his property. I was in the area, thought I'd say hello. He's like, I sing karaoke every Wednesday night. Come meet me there. We'll have a great time. It is strange, folks. Lag's almost at my front door. I know his address now. He ain't coming. Andrew is not coming to see me. Visitors will be dealt with.
So what's the L stand for then? Loser?
No, his last name Lagerman.
Oh. Well, now you just doxed the dude.
He's in hiding now.
He's gonna change his address already. The UPS.
John, it's just if I've had people that come to town and they say, hey, can we meet here? That's awesome. I had a great time. I love meeting people, but when you're not expecting it, it is so creepy, man. It is he's in Philly witness protection. J-Rod is lazy. J-Rod, I was cussing you out the other day. You didn't even know it. I would tell everybody to follow J-Rod, but he's most people probably already do. I'm in the thrift store yesterday, J-Rod, and you got me looking at these damn haircuts. I'm a bald man looking at damn curtain irons, for God's sakes. Appreciate that, J-Rod.
I love Dean's comment. Sorry.
I'm like, damn it. There's just so much out there, folks. The people who say they can't find stuff, you ain't looking. So Dean said he heard that eBay can be unburdened from what it's been.
Yeah.
You're muted.
You can be unburdening is important.
We can't hear you, John.
But
You're
you
muted.
you have to be careful when you unburden yourself, because today can be tomorrow. Yeah. And
I was muted, Steve.
Is that Tom?
So understand your unburdening process in relation to all that has been, whether it's today, yesterday, or tomorrow. There you go.
Man, that was words of wisdom that I will never remember.
Do we want to play the thing again? Did you see my new thing, John?
No, what?
Rant incoming.
Or Nate.
Oh my!
Hi, Lori.
They give you way too many toys, dude.
He made that.
So we're in Sydney. We're in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Very cool.
So you can walk around with me for a few minutes. Go this way, or you want to go that way?
What if we don't want
All
to?
right.
What if you get lost?
Yeah, we try to get lost in these little towns. Of course, the first store Lori finds is a thrift store.
Did you see where that family? Did you see the news where that family of 9 missed getting back on the boat in Alaska? They're trying to charge them like $50,000.
Nah. Wow.
I guess you ought to stay on the boat, huh?
Nah. We're always
Is
back. We're old. We're old and slow. We don't go far. We find our way back by noon because the food's free.
is that up there where they're digging for whatever that is on that show? What's the TV show?
Nah.
They keep digging in a
Nah.
hole and never find anything.
Okay.
Nah.
Oak Island, is that near Oak?
No, I don't think so. I'm in a town, and this is the perfect show for this town because we've hit about 6 resale shops in a block and a half.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's just about finding stuff, John, and even John, for God's sake, John could take his ass, put the cigar out, go in any of those stores, and I tell you, John has not done this in years. Can go thrift and find stuff to sell on eBay.
I did already. I bought a $2 item at the last port that I'm putting on eBay for $800.
Folks, I went out thrifting yesterday, and our thrift stores are terrible. And I only went out because it's old man day. I get 25% off because I turned 55, so you get 25% off on Tuesday. So I went to 4 of them, and I bought something at every one of them. It's just normal items. I keep telling y'all for the last 2 years, as the economy gets worse, used gets better. Value of some of this used stuff is crazy.
Listen, as this economy worsens, used parts are going to be where the money's going to be made on eBay.
I'm telling you, if you can't, and I'm telling the secret of the guy who runs a parts store, has for 10 years. Don't come at me again. Yeah. One of the things I bought was Jack. Most of y'all don't know who he is, but he had juicers and stuff through the 70s, 80s, 90s. This is a law machine too. It's ugly and kind of brownish looking. I'm like, is that the color it came? Because it looks like it's discolored like plastic, but no, it was ugly and brown. And I'm like, stupid thing is $5. The picture on it is worth 30. The blade is worth 18. It's got the other little blades and stuff. The base stem will sell for another 20 or so.
Yeah, they ain't making those things anymore.
The sum of its parts on a law machine too. Don't believe me. Go look this up and you'll understand parts. Folks, I bought a crock pot yesterday because Joni made me buy her a new crock pot. And so it made me look at this one. I'm like, it's $6. And I'm like, it's kind of big. Do I really want to deal with it? There's only one seller who's got this model up. They want like $40 for it. And then I started looking through the solds. The damn lid sold for $30.
I won't say.
And then it's one of those crock pots that the middle comes out. Everybody in the chat knows somebody who dropped that damn thing and broke it.
My wife made quite a bit of money selling crock pot parts on eBay.
In good times, you just go buy another crock pot. In terrible times, you save half and buy the thing again.
You want to know how many of those insides I've shipped for my wife? A lot. She sold a lot. The lids, the insides, the knob on the front. Sometimes
This
it's
one's
down
digital.
all the way to
There's no knob.
Sometimes down all the way to the cord. You take it apart and unhook the cord from the inside. I mean, every part can sell. Not all of them do. But she sold a lot of those, and I was packing them almost daily.
So J-Rod says his wife is shipping a Cuisinart blade as we speak. Sold him a card for $28. Folks, that stuff's out there. These are not secrets. But I can't find anything. This stuff is in tons of thrift stores. They don't value a crock pot. They don't value a lot of these food processors, that kind of stuff. The money is in the parts. The blades and all the stuff is worth. J-Rod tells you thing. You can't sell it on eBay for safety or something like that. Put the damn thing on Mercari. This is not difficult. We make this too hard. Quit screwing around with the post office and forcing them to take your UPS packages and do the right thing.
No, keep doing that. See how far that gets you.
At some point, you're gonna make lose ground saver, folks. If you're using pirate ship and an item is between 12 ounces, so if it goes between, ground saver saves you around $1. if you sell 100, I mean, to start saving the money up. Ground Saver is a great program. Don't kill it for the rest of us because you're too sorry, lazy to follow the instructions. It's amazing, folks. The stuff is out there.
But there's something we forget to talk about, and that's that this stuff isn't for everybody. It's like freaking construction. Not everybody's cut out to be a construction worker.
That's what I was going to do. One of my next shows coming up, maybe the podcast. Josh, you're on here. Maybe we discuss, what kind of personal qualities you need to be a good reseller. I think you got to be you got to have some curiosity. You've got to have be able to figure something out. You've got to there's lots of qualities you got to have. But if you walk into a store and can't figure out, I skipped all the clothes in all the stores, folks, except for the shoes. I bought a pair of shoes, 2 pairs of shoes. Other than that, I ignored all the clothes. I could care less about any of the clothes. And y'all telling me, oh, you're crazy. That's not my thing. But the rest of there's so much money. But don't ignore. I bought the shoes because I know shoes. I don't know clothes.
I know a clothing item, right? I know a clothing item right now that can be sourced on a steady basis that nobody but a very few people know. Yeah, I'm not going to say it, Steve. I'm not going to say it, but I showed Steve and his wife, and there's stuff out there. You just have to want to do it.
Can't the shoes suck and they're dirty and stinky.
We're not currently doing that item. When we get back into full-time reselling, you better believe that's one of our first items to source.
But there's so much out there, and people say, in my area, I can't find it. I can't do this. I can't do that. No, you don't want to do it. But I live in the middle of nowhere. Did they run out of gas? For God's sakes!
By the way, the item John's talking about, I can find it in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah. But there's also new items you can sell on eBay that you can source.
It just takes some thought and some imagination and trial and error. And this is not, you're not reinventing anything. It's how bad do you want it? How hard do you want to work? And I had a great time playing Thrift yesterday. I'm sitting here thinking, Joni's got 11 more weeks of maybe me staying here because of her ankle. And I'm sitting here thinking, yard shows are only Friday and Saturdays, and this Friday is our anniversary, so it'll be 33 years this Friday, and we're celebrating by going to get an MRI. So that's going to screw up yard sales on Friday. And I'm like, I'll just go thrifting a couple days a week. This ain't that difficult. And our thrift stores are terrible, folks. I only go to one. All of Huntsville, Metro Huntsville, 450, 500,000 people only go to one. They have 5 different stores. I only go to them. I don't go to the rest of them.
There's a thrift store right down the street that we're looking to go into. It's got a sign on 50% off everything. It opens in 23 minutes or so. Maybe if I get a chance, I'll go. I'll stay on the show and go in there if I can. I don't know if I can.
So, Dirk, most of the Facebook groups are pretty decent. There are some. You just got to deal with the fact of people like the one I ran into this morning, who's like, why is the post office doing this to us? Why are you doing that to the post office? There's always, but the thing is, you got to realize most of the big groups, there's always new people. There's a lot of the same questions, which there needs to be groups out there where people can get questions asked. If people have any questions, ask them in the chat. More than happy to. We'll take 20 minutes to explain shipping to you, whatever you need. But most of the Facebook groups are, the larger they are, the more of the basic. You need to find. The best thing you can do is find people who love what you do, and local meetups and that kind of stuff.
Well, this gets to be it can be very lonely as a business.
You're 100% correct, and that's too much for some people to take. But turn the YouTube camera on. I wouldn't know if I didn't turn YouTube on. I wouldn't know anybody. I'd be doing this by myself still and not having a clue.
you might
this
not be doing this
community
anymore.
even existed.
You know, for somebody like me, I might not even be doing it anymore because it's, you know.
I mean, look, Steve's in Ohio. John's now going to be a Canadian. Unserious Todd is.
Hey,
You can go visit Josh. You can go visit Josh. He's up there somewhere. I don't think the boat goes to Niagara though. The boat goes to Niagara.
Ride the cruise ship right over the falls.
I was actually going to go to the falls after this cruise, and a meeting popped up that I have to attend on Tuesday. I got to be in Missouri on Tuesday.
I went to
20 hours. So I'm closer to you, Josh, and Johnny. Is that crazy? Jack, hey, thank you so much.
I'm closer than Ollie.
So she's getting her elbow MRI because they found a break in her on her elbow last Friday that she kept telling them it hurts. I think it's broken. Well, they x-rayed it in the emergency room, didn't find it, but when she was at the orthopedic folks, they found the break. So there's really not a lot they can do with it. It'll heal on its own, but they want to make sure that now there's no ligament or tendon damage in there. So that's why she's getting the MRI.
Let's walk in this curiosity shop. It's got my curiosity now. That's all new stuff.
Jack, I tell people, so I might, if I do the 127 this next week, it'll be just Thursday locally, because of our anniversary Friday and the fact that, I'm sorry, the next Friday we have doctor's appointments. Our anniversary is this Friday, but next Friday I have if I don't stay here and take her to 2 doctor's appointments, it screws up her whole schedule. So I'm not Friday. I can't do it. So I'm just going to probably stay here. But there's meetups. There's a meetup in Crossville, but a big group of folks. I think that Friday night, if I get done early enough, maybe I'll drive up to that in only a couple hours. You'd be amazed spending just a couple hours, 3 hours with people who do this. You know, that's what, you know. If you live anywhere near the 127, whoever was asking about Facebook groups, go to one. There's several meetups on the 127. People do that. Just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Is John in chat?
Who?
Flipping ain't easy.
No, he's asleep.
All right, because I'm headed to ASD. Maybe we should do a meetup in Vegas. See if he can arrange one.
J Rod, I'm down here on the bottom end in Alabama. I would actually just start over in Gadsden at the very bottom and Gadsden to Chattanooga, because of Friday. I don't want to make my wife rearrange her doctors. One of them is her pain management doctor, and that one's because she's had all these surgeries. She has a pain management specialist, and so she sees that guy the same Friday every 4 weeks. And so if I move it back, if we move it anywhere around, his schedules are kind of like the same people every day, every month.
Y'all thought I was kidding when you said you need rope and duct tape for children. Watch this. I can't get it turned around. A bunch of little kids tied together.
I have
them
never been
Canadians are crazy.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that. I'm sorry.
Well, it's a class. It's a class with 2 ladies, and they got a rope with handles on it.
Yeah,
they're not tied up. They're just holding it.
Yeah, if the kids are just grabbing onto the handles, that's different.
Yeah.
But I remember as a kid, I went to an auction. Our fire hall used to have this. Everybody would bring stuff. It was a junk auction, basically, but we could get really good. But anyway, the first time I ever seen a kid on a leash, and I was a kid myself, I'm like, oh, hell no. I will never put my kids on a leash like that. Yeah.
Hey, Josh, thanks for putting that in there. Bama Resell Jaybird, August 2nd in Crossville, Tennessee, picking the plateau. I think you've got to have tickets for that. So
I was the port I was in yesterday. I wish the show was yesterday and you guys had this same topic, because there was an old guy sitting there and he had a spool of rope. And all he was doing was tying monkey knots. You can YouTube a monkey knot. And he called them dog toys because he put a loop on the end so you could hold it and throw it. Man, he sold every one he made.
That's cool.
There is stuff everywhere you turn and look. There's an idea that you could do. It's more about wanting. It's more about getting your head straight and the desire in your heart to do it. And not everybody's cut out to be full time.
Trying to get a link. Hold on a second. Here we go. So Control C, Control V. There's the Eventbrite. It is. No wonder Josh put it up there. He's one of the. Yep, Crossville. There's a bowling Thursday night. There's a bowling tournament. Friday night there's a meet and greet. It's $25. So it be $25 well spent. Somebody, I thought I heard somebody pop in. I talked about you earlier. Did you see my new equipment I bought for YouTube?
No. I heard John talking about going full time, so that got my
this cordless hole puncher is what you need to make sure people know that if you're serious about YouTube, you need one.
That's it.
I already have one of those.
Multiple holes with that.
So yeah, I told you just need to accidentally. I tell you, I get that. I'll do a video in the car, and somebody will go, "Is that what I think it is by you?" Damn right, that's what you think it is by me. What the hell?
John, I don't know if you've seen my message. I am going to ASD.
You are okay. I still haven't registered. I need to do that.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
so,
neither have I.
So you
They called me about 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I don't got time.
So the $25 will be the tickets will be available the day of the event, which is next Friday. It includes dinner. So where are you going to eat for $25? I mean, you're going to spend that much at McDonald's. So
Anymore, yeah.
Yep. Go meet a bunch of. I don't know what time her daughter's. Usually she does stuff in the very early in the morning. If that's the case, I'll come up that evening. So check out the event page. I'll ask her today. I'll let somebody know today. So the Friday night show, which is on the other channel. Remember, we're doing the conspiracy show. Will be it's on the other channel. I posted in the community tab. I'll post it again in the community tab. The link. I know y'all want us to talk about politics, but we're not going to on this show. But
nah.
on the other channel for Friday night.
I mean, the only thing we should talk about politics on here is when it relates to reselling, not political part of it.
But right now with the economy, and don't be confused that it's just one side or the other. It's both sides doing the shit to us. And so how do you you got to pay attention to understand, you got to, what's the old saying? If you walk into a room, you got to be able to judge the temperature of the room, those kind of things. You got to be able to judge the temperature of what's going on in reselling and what the environment you're in, and to understand there are a lot of new stuff and there's stuff people want. But Mr. Canadian Josh will tell you, it's much harder to sell antiques right now. Are there people out there that got fuck you money and will buy antiques? Absolutely. Are there collectors and people that they've got the, but those people are harder and harder to find. It's easy to look at how much debt people are carrying, all the layoffs, and the scarcity of things. And so understand, and we don't even talk about that half the time. The supply chain's been broken since COVID. So that's why used is in such high demand right now. It's amazing the stuff you can find out there. And even stuff at the thrift store. There was a garbage disposal, a brand new garbage disposal for $12. It sells for $80. Oh, but beer, that's not 10 times. I don't care about 10 times. I'm just gonna stick a label on this thing and throw it in the mail.
I'm gonna try and get this shot of the bay. There's the bay.
Where you at?
I'm right on a. I'm one block off the bay of where the ship parked, and it's all thrift stores.
Larry, I think you're right. Larry says I predict losing lots of full-time resellers in the next few months. I think you're right.
And you know, we talk about full time all the time. There's also, you know, it's also okay to be part time.
It's absolutely, there's nothing wrong with it. And if the economy is like it is, and you've got to make it don't let anybody tell you, make you feel bad if you're a full-timer and you need to step back to a job or whatever. Do what's best for your family. To hell with these, you don't care what anybody else thinks. At the end of the day, you're responsible for you and yours. And you've got to make the decision that it is good for you and good for your family. And you're out. Always take care of yourself. Never feel the pressure, peer pressure. Man, to hell with all. If you've got to do something, do it. It's at the end of the day, nobody's. You know, they like to teach you that the government's going to save you. The government's the one killing you right now. They're not going to. They're the one that's you're. See, if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, like most of the, but we grew up scared of quickscan. Quickscan was something that you were supposed to fall into and die. They've got you in quicksand. They're giving you a rope as they've got a foot on your head. Is what the government is doing. Here's a lifeline as they're stepping pushing you under. John is not a Navy guy.
Yes, he said ship is parked because it's supposed to be moored. Apparently, I would have said parked too. I don't.
It could be parked. It just
I have no idea.
And so that's the. So Josh said that Sabrina Magic World Thrifting said she's going part-time, slow set. You're in a double whammy. Not only is there's a lot of competition out there, the cost of living is skyrocketed. Everything your results have got to be really good because you're paying 2 and 3 times because of inflation.
And we don't talk about it much, but container prices from China right now have jumped from 30. March I got one for 3,300. You're now looking at probably 12 to 14,000, depending on what port they're coming into. And they're supposed to top out about 18,000 again in November.
Well, you got to look with the dry having an extra dry season down in Panama. The cost of shipping. Just look at the backlog to get through the canal because there's the water. The level of the water is. You just went through there in a boat a while ago. Yes,
I did.
That is their ships backed up. It could be a month process to get through.
So, all right, I'm gonna jump off here, guys. I just wanted to jump in and say hi.
Well, enjoy the rest of your cruise.
Yeah. If I get a chance to jump back on in that store, I will. Because it looked like a neat little store, and I'm telling you, I can find at least one item that I can triple my money on.
Triple at a thrift store. If you can't find a triple, are you even trying?
Nah, I don't know. I haven't done it in a long time, dude. I don't know what prices are anymore. I don't have a clue. You want to go in and see if you can find a penguin? We're looking for penguins. We were told to hunt penguins in Canada. It's some kind of rare cookie, chocolate covered cookie thing. And so far we've struck out. We've been to probably 30 stores looking for this thing. So, all right, guys, you all have a blessed one. I'll talk to you if I can jump back on.
All right.
Stay
John.
Later.
So he just said an important thing, whether he realizes it or not. He doesn't know the value of things, folks. I don't think most resellers know the value of things because if they did, they'd be buying more stuff. I can't be the only reseller that went to those thrift stores yesterday. There's values change. You know, I used to catch. Maybe I'll make some more videos. Why are you always using your phone? Why are you always looking up stuff? because as economies change, the value of items goes up and down. It's called economics. It's supply and demand. Something that wasn't worth something a year ago. But one of the kitchen items I picked up, I looked at it. It was $12, so I got it for what, $9. There's only one seller on eBay. He wants $80 plus shipping for it. That was pretty easy, and there were souls to back it up. I'm like, that's a pretty easy pickup. Most people wouldn't pick it up because it has to ship in a 16 box. Buy
Yeah, it's not a
16
big deal.
boxes because I've sold 5 of that item or 4 of that item in the last 30 or 40 days. They've all gone in the same box. I have a bunch of those boxes now. Rich. Yes. Rich. Hey, since Josh is actually active in the chat, we should record today.
We should. I have to go pick up 2 loads today, though. This morning after this live.
Have you had any more luck with your lower price on your toilet seats?
I've sold 4 of the teal. You see the stack might be getting. It's going to start getting lower here in a little bit.
Very nice. And so, important point. So if you pay attention to Johnny, he's got the toilets behind the seats behind him, and willing to try different things. He's up at a higher price, but a lower price with shipping. Certain items, not all items sell the same. Some items, sell really, really well with free shipping. People want to see the lower price, and they understand because it's a bigger item, the shipping's going to be there. This is the complicated business of getting it right, getting a listing. You can be near the same money, and the perception of the item changes based on, because it is really strange how a customer, if they see an item for $20 or they see a $10 item with 9 shipping or 10 shipping, it's the perception of the item, whether it's a $20 item or I'm just getting a $10 item, and to buy the trigger to buy, people are different.
Well, I had these at 70 bucks plus shipping. That wasn't selling. I put them down to $59.99 free shipping because I'm like, I'm getting rid of these things. That didn't sell, so I knocked these down to $24.99 plus calculated shipping, and I've sold 4. And I've been trying to brainstorm to figure out how do I move these things, and you wouldn't believe half the people told me to donate them. That same number of people could have said, hey, why don't you lower the price, right? So it's like, how many people out there, they come across a product that's not selling the way they thought, and instead of lowering the price, taking just a small profit, just donate it.
But
we've had a saying for years on this show, sometimes break even is still winning.
Yeah.
Sometimes break even is winning. Folks, moving on from a product sometimes is winning.
Well, I'm still making money, 2 to 3x on this, so it's not bad.
So I don't think people understand, what does break even mean. Break even means you get your buying capital back. I don't think people need to understand it instead of looking at it as, oh my God, I didn't make. No, it's a learning lesson that didn't cost you anything, because other than your time, because now you've got your money back, you can try it again on something else. Take the lessons you've learned in that product, apply it to the next product. There is no reseller university. No matter what these people try to sell you for classes and all that crazy shit, come pay us $35 a month, and we'll tell you how to list clothes forever. That there is none of that stuff. You are your best. If you will just take some time and to look up, learn, you'll be amazed, and then apply your knowledge. Give yourself credit for what you know. If you've done this any amount of time, you have a vast. There is a little bit of luck involved, but you get a lot more luckier the more you do. But because of just some things are just timing. But for the most part, there are items out there. You just got to be willing to identify them. Take the time to identify an item. I bought a machine too, for God's sake, yesterday. I need to make a video on just that, parting out that thing.
What machine?
A La Machine.
Jack Lane La Machine too. Look how ugly that thing. Look that thing up. Look how ugly it is.
I remember Jack LaLanne when he was on TV back in the day. That was
He was old. He was old when
a
we
jumpsuit he wore.
Yeah. It's like tan and brown. But people still that was a machine was built very well, good quality. The blades and stuff. Whenever things are not made anymore, the parts become really valuable.
Sometimes. But all it takes is a little eBay search or whatever, you know.
So Chastity, that's a great.
Completed.
So she says I've started testing free shipping on higher price items under £2. Let it run. I'm telling you, that is a good thing to do. You've got to try these things. Remember, Ground Advantage has changed the game on shipping £2 or less really dramatically. Where it used to could be $10, $12 going from one coast to the other. If you can control the size it used to be where I'd cut a box if it was 15 ounces, 15.9 or 1, I'd try to cut the box down. I don't even think about it anymore because the box the price difference. And with Ground Saver, as long as y'all quit taking Ground Saver to the post office, Ground Saver is a huge advantage. Whatever FedEx is, sure post, but that is a huge advantage on that size package. If you'll use pirate ship. Cassie, I don't know if you use pirate ship or not, but that is weights that are very good on pirate ship.
I don't think I've shipped priority since Ground Advantage came out. I've probably shipped it once or twice, but.
So Sid Moko, you're 100% right. He went from all calculated to 99% free.
Well, kudos to USPS though. My last 3 claims lost 3 Ground Advantage packages this month, and within less than a week, they paid all 3 claims.
Lost in the system, or
lost. They were.
Yeah, I'm having problems.
Almost to a destination in Florida, and all 3 packages just vanished.
I'm having problems with eBay standard envelopes getting to Cleveland and then never going anywhere. So I'm going to have to try to file claims.
Yeah, lost will pay. The damage is a little bit more difficult, if not impossible.
I used to be able to get every claim filled. Now I rarely file a claim.
Yeah,
but
I really do.
You do it right, you know,
mm-hmm.
You should get your claim paid. It's not always, but it's been a couple of years.
Well, the damage claims, they're telling you to send your customer to the post office with the package.
On occasion, they always have.
Yeah,
it wasn't an every time thing.
No buyer is going to cooperate with that.
It doesn't hurt to ask them, try. But if they don't, they don't, right?
Yeah.
Then you're out whatever the money. And
I rarely ship priority. I shipped one priority last week because the customer I wanted to make sure it got to a customer in a certain amount of time. But and it was only like a 50-cent difference, but I have not used priority forever.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense anymore. Most of the time. It doesn't seem to get there any faster. Ground Advantage is pretty fast. I haven't had any complaints from customers over it.
Yeah, so Chad said UPS picks up in the driveway, so I use it a lot. Except for yesterday, I only had 2 UPS for some reason, so I dropped them off on my way when I was riding around. But it's what? Whenever you're looking at when you're looking at pirate ship though, and from Ground Saver and Ground Advantage, they're almost always within a day of each other. You would think going Ground Saver will be a lot more, but a lot of times it's the same thing.
Even when I give customers the choice between, say, priority and Ground Advantage or whatever, they always choose the cheaper option every single time if they have the choice.
But Chastity made an important point. I've got all mine set up as economy shipping. So.
Yeah, so do I.
So
that's nowadays, but I didn't always have it that way. I sold, what was it? Sold something last week to a guy, and he wanted it for his kid's birthday. And I must have had it set up the old way where I had different, options, and he chose the faster option. But it wasn't
Especially
really
with the-
faster because he bought it on a Friday. He chose UPS ground.
The ground advantage cubic too has also been a money saver. Don't
He
see
chose UPS ground, and they don't pick up till Monday morning. And I told him that when he messaged me, how come it hasn't shipped yet? I said, because you chose UPS ground. I could have shipped it on Saturday had he chose USPS, because it's till noon anyway.
Yeah, I don't ship on weekends at all. I mean, I don't even think you have to really advertise that on your listing, because eBay doesn't require you to do so. They say they pay on Friday.
I tend to ship on weekends. If it's a small item, I can just drop it in a box, or if I get to the post office before noon on Saturday, I can still ship.
that's
So,
another advantage.
and I
if
don't
you're-
mind doing that.
If you're parting things out, a lot of that is just the shipping is so negligible. It really helps you out. That lane, it's got one thing that's got a little size. The top cover thing, it's got a little size to it, but it'll fit in a 1086 box. But that's the biggest thing on. And when you'll be amazed, oh, but Beard, I don't want to ship that big juicer. But if you part it out, then the motor becomes so small, it's probably going to fit in a 1086 box. At most, it's going to fit in 12-10-8. Yeah, I don't ship on. I would if I don't do yard sales, I ship on Saturday. I shipped this last Saturday. Real thin rain. I probably should have gone to yard sales, but oh well. But and that changes the game on shipping if you're doing some parting out, because it reduces the size as on these bigger items, especially these food processors and stuff like that. You'll get blades and other parts that are just little to no shipping cost, small box, and then as you piece it out, everything gets smaller, so it makes it much easier on you. It's a little harder to store because you got to know where the parts are. I found that if I keep the machine together and just take the pieces off as it sells, I don't lose pieces.
Do it.
I don't lose pieces. But there's a lot of people that sell so many parts and so many of the same kind of parts that they'll have drawer systems, or they'll have some kind of system, or whatever works for your mind. My mind is very simple. So Larry says he still offers 1-day shipping. I've never wavered. I've been on both platforms.
I'm on 2 only because I'm part-time right now. I might go back to 1. Yeah.
Same day after 9 a.m. Same day before 9 a.m. Pacific time. So if we get the order after 9, it goes out tomorrow. And that's the cool thing. You can kind of trick the system in having an early cutoff time and still have your item the same day. So for me, that's like the same as having 1 day if you have an early cutoff time. Something to look into. But I'm always looking to, you guys know me, I'm always looking to game the algorithm and getting any kind of boost that I can. And that, I believe that helps a lot.
I also believe, though, like I have 2-day and Scott has 2-day, and good portion of my feedback is fast shipping. So they're expecting it. They're not expecting it, and then they get it faster than they were expecting it. Because
I probably should go ahead and do it, but like today, I have 9 from yesterday. I have 9 to ship. They're all 9 going out today. I mean, I could wait till tomorrow, but I never wait. It's just
I never wait either. On occasion, I will. Depends on how I feel after I'm done working.
Speaking about vacuum parts, all this is getting parted out.
I've got one. I got to go get in the building. So, but it'll still go out though.
Parts.
Or 2. I got to go get. I'm sorry. I think.
Right. Some people have other obligations and have so your shipping time is more of a personal preference than anything for me. And because I have other obligations, I'm doing 2-day right now. But when I go back full time, I'll probably reduce that because I'm here anyway. I might as well ship.
If you have someone picking up at your house every day, I mean, I don't go anywhere. I mean, unless they fail to pick up, then I'll run over to the post office. But we have a daily
I will go to the post office, but UPS picks up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a a time suck to have to drive even the 3 miles it is to the post office. You stop what I'm doing, load the car, drive to the post office, go and mess with them for a few minutes, and then drive back. And then I have to get back into whatever zone I was in. No, it's so much better to have someone pick up. It doesn't cost me.
I enjoy leaving the house for a few minutes, even just to get out away from the grind for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So I always have gone to the post office. Plus, I can just drop it if I need to. I don't have to sit there and wait for them to scan anything, or even my post office actually told me not to bring a scan sheet, and the reason they're smart. The reason they don't want a scan sheet is because every package they scan counts as a whatever for them, counts as a package scanned. They scan one scan sheet, it only counts as one. So they're funding. It's a funding thing. So at least my post office understands things.
I'm just so small and so busy that everybody knows we need a new one, so that they don't.
Right, but ours is kind of in a. It's weird. Our city isn't that big. It's a busy post office, but not busy enough. They want the extra funding, so they ask me not to use a scan sheet, which is nice. I'm okay with that. But that enables me to just set it on the counter. They know it's me. I have them in bags with my name on them. They save the bags for me. I come back in the next day. I'll pick them up. It's really easy. So I don't have to wait in line or anything like that.
But I'd be very curious.
I like leaving the house.
Because the one thing I know that from 2-day handling and 1-day handling, it does affect your visibility in search and where you get an advantage in search for, because remember what's some of the stuff eBay's pushing. They're talking about wanting faster shipping and these kind of things. So one day, maybe I'll do that. Sunday, I'll turn 1 day on, see what, not next day, but 1 day, see what happens.
Well, you're going to be close to home for the next 11 weeks anyway. Why not? Right.
But what I was saying earlier, have it 2 day or 1 day and set a cutoff time. So if the order doesn't come in until after, let's say 9 a.m., then it goes out, it kicks it, it pushes it back a day. I think it defaults at like noon, but if you can go as early as you want, I believe.
When I had same day, I was till 3 in the afternoon because my post office closed at 5. So as long as it came in before 3, and I wasn't selling hundreds of items a day. I was selling maybe 2 or 3, or not 2 or 3, but 10, 15 items a day. It was easy for me.
So 5-1 halt. Missed ID an item, sold international. Buyer figured out before it got to eBay, refunded him. Did they take the money from you, or did eBay pay it? You're supposed to be gone. Go back on the boat and leave us alone. That's not a penguin.
You're gonna get 3 wishes or what?
You got to rub that thing and get some wishes.
That is just so you know, it's $30. It's a Gibson brownware teapot.
Yeah.
The blue and white that you see on it. I don't know if I can get it.
Dirty.
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see it. Just don't drop it.
That is all enamel. They want 30 Canadian dollars, which will come out to about $20 on my credit card. This is probably a $250 teapot. Because it's Gibson brown. It's Gibson brownware in 24 karat gold, leafing on it with blue and white federal colors. It'll bring $250. It's mine.
It better make tea.
I've been in the store 5 minutes, and I probably made $200.
It better make tea taste like the best tea ever.
It's not about that. It's about how many pieces survived. This is probably from the 50s or 60s because of the gold leafing on it.
Purdy.
It's actually like a pretty
it can be done. I haven't done this in years, guys. I walked in the store. It's the second piece I picked up. The first made a profit. It was Ed Hardy Converse sneakers for, I think they were about $12, and they sell for about $45 on
That's about right.
eBay.
Can't say shoes on sale. Leave shoes alone.
Well, I mean, they got some really. Here's one for Steve. I'll show one item for Steve. Let's see if I can get it.
Oh, the Hawaiian shirt. Oh no!
Hawaiian shirt
How
with
much is that?
Volkswagen buses
How
on
much
it.
is that thing?
$40.
Ugh, never mind. They can keep it.
But it's Canadian.
Well, yeah. So it's still what, $30 or so.
Yeah, about that.
It's probably not my
$28.
price anyway. If it was any good, I'd have had you
It's
pick it up
new.
and I sent you the money. But
It's new.
and it's
It's
not
not
my
a-
size, I'm sure.
No, it's medium. It ain't gonna fit around your belly.
No, I wear a 3X right now, or 2X, I should say.
So-
And a dress shirt at 3X looks better, but
No. But this is definitely mine. Just to prove a point to these guys. I haven't done this in years. I'm gonna list it on eBay for $250.
let us know what you get and how long it takes.
Stuff is out there. You just gotta be willing to look.
First, I gotta list it. I usually send it to somebody as a gift. I never keep this shit. Those days are long gone for me.
My address is
But,
8.
Here's the lady from the store. Let's see if we can get her on camera to say hi. But this is a reseller show. We buy stuff in thrift stores and sell it on eBay.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
So I asked her if I could go live in her store. So, I just want to show you it can be done and it don't take long. That's a day's profit there, guys. That's 24 karat gold. I could actually melt that pot down and get my money back for the gold.
If Dave was here, he'd show you how to smoke some pot.
Oh, well,
I can tell you how to smoke some pot.
see, I don't need Dave. I got the lady. I got the shop owner here ready to light up.
He is in Canada. It's all good up there.
So, guys, all right, I'm out. I'll catch you next week.
All right, see you,
Have
John.
fun.
Later.
So Phil, you're 100% correct. Depending on your carrier, a pickup can be good or bad. Everybody has a different experience, and it's what's wrong with a lot of things. It's what's wrong with our school system. Our school system with you got tenure, you can't get rid of somebody. They can do whatever they want to. Same thing with the post office and government employees. You know, one of the things that Trump tried to do, whether you love him or hate him, was he tried to make it easier to fire federal employees, and it needs to be. John can tell you horror stories about if somebody's got some kind of tenure at Amtrak, can you get rid of them, John?
Oh, it's very difficult. After they get past their orientation, which is the training period plus I think it's 180 days. It's like impossible. It's like pulling teeth. But people still find a way to get fired, even with that.
Yes, and they take full advantage of it, Phil. You hear horror stories about postal employees. You just hear about the bad ones. The majority of postal employees are wonderful. We have great employees here.
Mine are great.
I love my local post office. From the top down, they're all great.
Cha-ching. What is that?
But it's my phone keeps going off, but I don't still nothing. What the hell? But you get such a vast experience, because they know that you can't do anything to them. They're not going to get fired. They can do whatever. They can tell you to go to hell. They're not going to get fired.
That's the mentality.
And so we accept mediocrity.
But it's just not just government employees. It's a lot of union employees that do that.
Did you just sell that?
I sent an offer this morning for 800, and it
Damn.
just sold.
Wow.
What do you have into something like that?
400.
There you go. You doubled.
Okay.
Well, fees.
Well, not after fees and all that. Yes, I understand. Here's the thing. I sold almost $350 worth of dog sunscreen, which is a weird thing, but my profit was only right around $100. So when you get a big sale like that, it sounds wonderful, but it isn't always.
No, Jack, you're 100% correct. It's the same thing with teachers. There's a ton long. It's the same. There's lots of bad actors that take advantage of their situation, which is very unfortunate.
Speaking of bad actors, I'm gonna be playing in the Boys and Girls Club of Hollywood. I'm gonna be playing in the they have a Texas Hold'em celebrity poker tournament on Saturday.
You're a
the
celebrity now?
Well, a buddy of mine out there was given a couple free entries, and I'm like, he's like, "You want to go?" I'm like, "I'll go." So I'm gonna make it into a kind of a golf weekend. I'm gonna go watch the Angels game on Friday night with my son. So I'm not doing my Friday show. We're gonna probably do that on Thursday.
I haven't been to a baseball game in so long. I need to go to a baseball game. I love baseball.
Yeah. So
I don't even care who's playing. I'll even watch the Guardians. I don't care.
they're actually good this year.
Yeah, no. I mean, I used to be a Detroit Tigers fan, still am. But you know what? The Guardians are so good. And that's sacrilegious. You know, you don't become well, it used to be Indian. You don't become an Indians fan if you're a Tigers fan. But I'll tell you what, they got a good team going. And they have. I enjoy watching them and listening to them. It's the only broadcast. You used to get WJR out of Detroit to listen to the Tigers games, but WJR quit broadcasting them, and they went to a lower powered station, so I can't hear them anymore. So that's
you could probably go to their home internet page
nowadays. Yeah,
you could probably live stream it.
Sure,
that's what I do.
Yeah, nowadays I could do it, but you start listening to a different team because the station's more local.
We don't care about baseball. Baseball sucks. Sue was saying earlier she had that happen to her, so that must be a thing with certain accounts or certain items that only show priority on the. I don't pick. I have my shipping plan set up and my policy set up with just straight economy. I don't even pick one. So they get what I give them.
That's right. Nowadays, that's how mine are too. They get what I give them.
Yeah, if they're not paying for that label, then they shouldn't have a choice.
That's correct. Free shipping means whatever. She said she noticed that with items. So Amazon's a little different. Amazon gives the customer an estimated date, and so if I've got 1 day handling as I do on eBay. So if it's something going to California and I don't ship it the first day and I wait to the second day, sometimes they don't offer the ground priority would be the only choice. That's because of the dates or whatever. And so I just go to pirate ship and
I've done it too.
They still get what they get, damn it.
Yeah, I've done that on Amazon because I had a lot of media mail stuff and just ship it through pirate ship when I couldn't get what I wanted.
Good number sticker. Okay. Anyway, but that just kind of set me for a loop this morning. I'm like, why would you think to do that? I just cover up the barcode and take it to the post office.
Because most people are looking for the easy way out. Not most people. A lot of people are looking for the easiest way to do something. And for them, that's instead of dropping something off 2 locations because you have some for the post office, some for the UPS, they're going to drop it off at 1 if they can get away with it. And for years, it was allowed. It's not allowed anymore. It wasn't allowed. It was acceptable by the post office.
Says, check your listings, people. All right, Dawn. I sold this one today. It says shipping delivery varies. Oh, never mind. It's showing that I'm in Australia.
Why the hell are you in Australia?
Because somebody was having problems. I was trying to help them.
But I think that might be just for any listings where you offer free shipping, because I'm looking at mine right now and it's showing me the appropriate shipping method right now.
It just says free standard shipping. It'll be there between Saturday and Tuesday. But I wonder if it's any different with with your older listings. Let's look at an older listing. All right, where's an older listing? Do I use shipping policies or calculate? Oh, you don't. These are all new listings. Let's go. Yeah, I got 2 pages now. I'm back up to 400 listings. What the hell? All right, so that one's been a long time. Let's check it out. $4.95 economy shipping. None of mine have changed. All right.
I'm too lazy to go look. I'm one of those lazy resellers you're talking about today.
Damn it. Go away. You're the worst.
I am the worst. Someday
Todd,
I won't be lazy.
One thing I would tell you about that good sale you had, and a lot of it too is about the source. A lot of resellers, as things get so tight, their buying budgets. You know, what's the one thing you got to be very careful of this as the economy worsens and as things get more and more expensive. If you don't pay attention to your numbers and pay attention to what you're making per item and what it's costing you in fees and what it's costing you in shipping and stuff, you will lose your buying. You'll slowly erode your buying because you will not be replenishing that part of the account. So be very careful in this time. How many resellers have $400 to put out on a watch?
Right.
It's because you're rich, Ty.
How many serious resellers have?
Yeah, he's unserious. How many serious?
I'm
resellers?
unserious. I don't spend any money for inventory.
I mean,
That's where a little bit of knowledge comes in. That's where a little bit of knowledge. I'd never be able to spend $400 on a watch because I'd lose the money because I wouldn't know what the hell I was buying.
I sent Chad Pagel $1,000 worth of watches to work on.
Nice.
did he refurbish that one for you too?
No, that one runs fine.
Okay.
It's got
That's
$650 worth of gold in it. That's why that one went for $800.
So Josh, Josh says it's a good thing a great time to buy art and antiques. The value of a lot of those is that affordable. The problem right now is it would be scary if I was selling antiques, it'd be a scary proposition because look at where we are. The people that are selling them off are the boomers. The boomers are leaving us permanently. The Gen X, most of the people I know are to the point where it's either downsizing or getting rid of or whatever. Gen Z behind us doesn't collect. It's who is going to. I mean, I know there's always a segment that will do these things, but I think that market is shrinking, and
Gen Z will collect. They'll want things from their childhood eventually.
I bought a ladder collection.
I thought you didn't spend money on inventory.
No, I don't.
That one at the bottom right.
He does favors for them.
Look up Jerry Can ladder.
I have some jerry cans in the garage. Oh, that is cool. I so want that.
So Josh, he says that antiques and art have been in.
You'd be surprised
60,
what
85,
one jerry can
14, 85, 175. The one you have is probably, well, they had 175. They took an offer.
He's got the box too.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. The one that's out there, 175. They took an offer.
It just makes you wonder, Josh. So how much are we at the bottom? How much recovery is in the antique market?
I don't know. I mean, people are still buying 200, 300-year-old antiques. So,
They
but you might be right. It might be all boomers that were buying all that stuff. I don't know.
they wanted $5 a piece, and I offered $65 for all of them. They took it.
Oh, I
So they
wouldn't
came
have
out
too much of a
like
problem with 5 piece.
$3.50 a piece.
Nice.
There's a couple of Zippos.
Did it come with that nice little display too? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got the little box.
At least it comes with its own storage, so you don't lose them. That's the best part of the deal.
I like it because it's small. It doesn't take up very much room in my.
It's easy to with that clear lid on it. You can see see easily which one you're looking for. I like that. Was that a collector you bought those from, or?
Just a garage sale.
It's weird that they had it displayed like that. Unless it came that.
Sid Moko, I hope you're right after this election year. I just don't think we're done with the craziness. I think the next 3 or 4 months.
We're even close to done with craziness. Look at the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to say anything about any of it, but it's been crazy.
No, I'm not sending it to you, Sadie. You'll just start smoking again if I did. Sadie's been about a year of no smoking. That's commendable.
Yes, it is. It's the toughest thing you're ever going to do if you were a long-term smoker. I can tell you that.
Why would you ever start? I don't get that part.
Most of us started via peer pressure, that kind of thing. Nobody talks about peer pressure anymore. How come?
We all lost our peers.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's true. I mean, people around you smoke. You want to fit in, so you smoke. That's how I started.
But just remember, as a summer, just think about what can be when you're unburdened by what has been.
I have been burdened by what has been for a lot of years, so I want to be unburdened by what can be tomorrow. I don't know what the thought.
Unburdened today for yesterday's tomorrow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
He said, unless you count the Lord's weed. Nobody's counting that, Larry. All right, so somebody else give us something to talk about. What do you want us to rail on now? Either that or I'll hit the end button. Or maybe I want to hear this again.
Ouch.
I'm used to it now. I'm already used to it. You need to make it flash red somehow.
So I got 2 more webcams coming. I'm gonna have all that set up to where I'm gonna use StreamYard or my Stream Deck here to toggle between views on my live.
That's good.
That cat makes the next time Tom's on, I'm gonna scare all these cats in. Come on, see us, Tom.
I wanted to do videos on how to fix things, and the only way to really do that correctly is to have multi-camera set up, and OBS makes it really easy to switch between cameras. Are you using OBS for that stuff?
Well, I'm learning that. I'm using StreamYard for it.
That's John's show. John gets you a return with the like button.
So like this right here, the StreamYard, you can assign buttons to it, right? So
yeah,
I have a StreamYard set up on this where I can go in to do the various functions that I want it to do, like within StreamYard. So if I want
what the hell was that? What does something like that cost?
This is like $120 for this, but what's cool about it, it's not just streaming. You can go in there and set macros and shortcuts where instead of having to go and type whatever you type and to get somewhere, you just hit a button. It takes you there. or launches it. Right. So
it's like using OBS, except it's on a device and you only have to push a button. It's the same.
well, no, this actually, yeah, but you can interface this with any program, including OBS.
Sure.
So you can,
Right.
instead of going through and clicking on a menu to do this,
Right.
that, you hit a button and it does it for you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
More than I'll probably need, but
Larry, this one.
About 10:36. If you ain't got my money or my bud, I'm killing you and him.
well, John sent us a picture of the little teapot he bought. That is a nice looking teapot.
Yeah, Larry, this one's really for you.
Hold up, you fucking up the rotation. Puff, puff, give.
Puff, puff, give.
What are you doing?
Nobody gave us a topic, so then Scott's just going to do whatever the hell he pleases.
Right.
I'm trying not to use the F word as much, if you noticed.
I'm about to unburden myself from the show and go make some breakfast. Yeah, I've got to finish
work
this
to do.
FBA order.
I pulled a muscle in my side yesterday, and now I got to go out and once a year we spray out the garbage can with bleach and everything. With my pressure washer. So I got to go out and do that. And I got to wash the cars today. And,
what are we not trying to say?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, I say that word a little too often, so I'm trying to stop myself from doing it, at least on live streams.
I went and found all these.
When I get off the air, I'll be like Mr. Fuckity fucking fuck, but whatever.
I went and found a bunch of MP3s from the movie Friday.
Money, Smokey. It's the principle of the whole thing.
It's the principle of the whole thing. This is one of my favorites too.
What's up, big perm? I mean, big worm?
Big perv. Yay.
Yeah.
Sending offers does work. Imagine that. You send out 10% off for somebody buys.
It is crazy that, a system
Crazy,
that
yeah.
eBay offers you to help you make sales actually makes sales.
So I think Photo Room really does. The one thing with Photo Room, and it cleans up pictures, and so allows you to. One of my favorite ones. Wrong phone. I have to go back to the old.
Even if you're just a white background person, you can take the picture in front of just about anything, and it'll still give you that nice.
I have like this hand vacuum set. I have it on a marble countertop with a living room in the background, and that versus.
I like those kind of photos because it looks like you're just an ordinary regular seller and you're just selling it from your kitchen.
Right. That versus that. I mean, you can't really see what I have. It's the same photo, but I use Photo Room to clean it up. So
I'm looking for the one specifically.
Renda, in October, I'll start getting back in little by little to reselling full time, but it's probably going to be by next summer. I'll be back to full time. Completely. We'll do some, a grocery.
That was one of my favorites.
It's okay.
You shut up.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if nothing else, this show should be allowed to critique things.
No.
Not? Okay, never mind. I won't do it again.
So iPods sell fast, but that.
Wow, what a wonderful picture! Is that better?
Yeah. Trying to find the one of the water filter. Thought about making a whole moist store for just for Jenna.
So I sell these dehumidifiers, and I don't have a wood floor.
Yeah, that looks. I mean, I can't. No, really, but it looks real. I like pictures that make it look like I'm just a small time seller.
Tell me that doesn't look like a
from my
stock photo I made. That looks like a stock photo of a water filter.
It does.
Yeah.
So I think if I do Photo Room when I go full time, and I probably will, I'll make them like you are, John, where it looks like I'm just selling them from the house.
Yeah, lately I've been
it makes
to put it on a countertop, and if it's a kitchen appliance, I'll say put a kitchen in the background. If it's a If it's like a vacuum, I'll say put the living room in the background. If it's
I sold that one, then found another. That's the one I found yesterday, Kent, when I was on the phone with you. I'm like, should I pick that up for $3? Yeah.
I take half my pictures on the kitchen counter anyway. So,
Yeah.
You can't sell anything on eBay and take pictures on the kitchen counter.
Bet me.
Here's another one. A DeWalt screwdriver, right? It's on a marble counter. I mean, I don't have a marble counter.
I took these outside and on my sidewalk and did that.
Man, you got a nice sidewalk.
Yeah, I'd have the neighbor's house on fire.
You have to be like Todd. You have to be unserious of all you're going to use at your kitchen counter.
That's right.
No, I'm using
what about basketball shoes on a basketball court?
That's cool.
See, those pictures make sense.
Hands on fire.
All right.
You make me look these up. I don't think I have them anymore.
I'm waiting for Jennifer to make a comment. She's ran her store on her kitchen counter for like 10 years and sold all kinds of absolutely amazing sales on. You know, a Leatherman needs to be outside.
I either take most of my photos on the kitchen counter or the dining room table.
The moist ground.
No, but that's a cool looking picture. Yeah, it does really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are making me want to buy it now, even though I can't.
This is my favorite one though. The one I showed you before where it does a I think I showed that to you before where it shows the reflection on the floor. I think you're selling like a vacuum accessory.
I think if you can control it, that makes those shoes really pop. I did it at night.
No, that's pretty cool. I mean,
these are the ones from yesterday.
It doesn't look very AI. That's the good thing about it. Now, some of them do. I've seen some.
I like these better. When you have like a fire in the background, something the park is on fire or something.
Tune in Friday night. I found a book.
The world is flat. How about the book is round?
It's not.
See? I'm using these pictures just like this on my other account with shoes.
Everybody wants to buy a little guy and a nice sunset picture.
Have you noticed any increase in sales since you started doing this?
Oh yeah.
I've also listed a whole lot.
You've increased your listings, but if you haven't increased your listings, is it increasing sales? That's
Oh yeah. How about this? I don't have
Fast and Furious on a drag strip.
That's not my lawn. I have a dethatcher. Now
you don't even have grass. You live in Vegas. You got rocks.
Yeah. So that photo was taken in my driveway when I assembled the thing.
Do I have what I need to do? For those of you who are wondering and think, so we will do. Okay, so there's the picture. So if all you do is open photo room, it says new design and camera roll. So I just got to scroll down to hit Zeg, and it's going to take the background out that fast. And then you go AI backgrounds. It's going to give you about 8 or 10 to pick from. If you liked any of those, like I kind of like that first one on the side. And see how it makes shadows and all. But Zeg, the beach is not a good one for this one. I don't know. Zeg in the water is kind of. It makes it look like what the ripple. Or you can tell us something. So let's put something like toy box. So you tell it toy box, and it's going to generate something with a toy box. That's great. All right, somebody for a toy. Somebody.
I shy away from
I
things
do.
and
I don't
stuff.
buy stock.
However, what John has shown us, especially, is those don't look like stock photos necessarily, especially the kitchen counter or the one with the living room in the background. Those look like somebody, a good photographer, but somebody took pictures of their house.
So that's one I'll keep. I just like the way that one. I don't know why.
It does look good, and that could look like you took that in your driveway or wherever, with a nice background.
So absolutely fine. You're 100% correct. Okay, so except for one exception, he says he or she, if I misgendered you, I apologize. Should only need a background. So except for, so I've got that printer right there will not fit in my photo box, and so I'll just go out and set it outside, and I will do the background. Oops. I'll do the background on the first picture, and then all the rest of them, I'll just put it just be a white background. I'll just create the size, but I will delete out because I set one up the other day on the counter, and it was a large item. It was a printer or something, and so it took everything around it out and just makes it like I have a white box. I didn't do. I just typed in toy box. I didn't type toy room. I could type toy room.
Can't you? You can just type in the type of background you want, and it'll automatically generate something for you, right?
Yeah, but you got to be with AI. You got to tell it, well,
sure,
what you want it on. Sometimes you got to tell it without shadows because it likes to do its own thing. Like
it's old toy room. So there you go. You could put it.
Like this program will identify what you have. So I did a coffee grinder, and so what it did, I told it to put on the counter in a kitchen with the background, and it put coffee beans on the counter.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I had a pot that it put it on the stove for me. Kent did a better one than me for that one. We'll find Kent's. Kent's obsessed with this, by the way.
How much is photo room? It's like $80 a year, $90 a year.
Yeah, it's $60 to $80 a year. It's to me, it's worth. The only thing that I don't know if you deal with this, Scott, but when you're trying to edit a bunch of photos at once, does it like spin and you have to go out of the program to?
I only do one at a time, so Kent made that one for my Magnalite.
Yeah, and that looks like somebody just snapped a photo on their stove. I like that.
Yeah, that one that is one of the best ones that Kent.
Some boots on a rock with some hiking boots on a rock with mountains in the back.
I have to remember which phone they're on. I find that boot picture. That is one of the better ones.
So I had a money counter that I sold, and I had it over the backdrop is a casino. Can't really tell, but there's like stacks of money. Apparently, we put that there.
Yeah, that one. I've got a pair of Alabama boots that put in a
great.
football stadium.
Is that the photo room app right there?
Yeah,
that's it.
Or there's a Salu Spa motor for a spa. Got the water in the background there.
I'd use it, but I'm just not listening enough to make it make sense right now.
AI has a problem with fingers, so it'll
very much so
add like extra fingers. It has a hard time with people.
So Brenda says she's interested in a picture of the product. I want to expand the picture, look at the item. So here's what I do, Brenda. So I alter the first picture. The second picture on every listing is the original of the one on the front. So I don't change anything on the picture. So you can still expand the first picture if you want to. It doesn't affect any of the type.
All you're doing is grabbing attention with that first picture.
You have a fishing reel? So you're on a dock with the lake in the background.
Yeah, J Rod. It's usually 2 hours on Wednesday. Or
I'm gonna put a Volkswagen in the back of all my pictures. Every picture's
So
gonna have a Volkswagen in it.
so I did have some insect things, and I put it in front of a tent on the beach, and then one in the forest, and they've sold pretty well.
I used to steal stock photos from other people's listings for like bug spray, for example. You have brand new cans of bug spray. You don't need to take all your own photos. Nobody's going to zoom in on those pictures. So
what
and
did
then
you-
I would go to remove.bg, which is it's a free app. And it gives you a list of backgrounds. And I would put them on a kitchen counter or something like that.
Yeah.
And it actually worked.
I used to use remove.bg, but
worked.
it's the bare minimum resolution, so you can't zoom in or anything like that.
You can then go to another program and change the resolution, but that's an extra step. Or I think you can pay to have a higher resolution, which I didn't want to do. But it was a way to use a stock photo and make it look less stock.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Ken is right. All the pictures of Joni in the cart are the best ones, by the way. Did you see those, Steve? The ones with Joni in the cart at Walmart, where she's flipping me
you
off?
showed them last week.
Yeah,
Those
here's
are the best.
one with her. Here's one with her on the go-kart track.
Put her in a roller derby rink.
So I've sold a lot of my new stuff, and all my new stuff has the picture. So let me look. Let's see. All my orders. Let's see. So one, two, of course, the first three, but of the nine that are going out today, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 9 have the new pictures. And some of them I just took the picture, and I don't always, like, I had an ink cartridge. The ink cartridge just needs, I just wanted a plainer. Okay, so there is an issue with, sometimes the iPhone leaves the light area a little gray on the sides. Somebody was talking about that, and you have to change the exposure or whatever. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a background. You can just clear the background out and then expand to the picture to where you want in the one-to-one. And then it leaves a pure white background. And so it brightens everything up based on, and so I've got pictures that I just do that. And so it's much nicer. It gets rid of that gray. Sometimes the light box, if I don't have it positioned exactly right light box, it makes it a little gray on the sides. So
I get yellow. Awesome. I get yellowish pictures all the time. I have daylight bulbs in here and everything, and I still get the yellowish picture. So
yeah, you got to change your settings on your camera, but also the portrait mode will help. Sometimes I notice that my when I'm photoing something that's black, the light will kind of whitewash it out a little bit. And if I go to portrait mode, that comes out with a cleaner look. A lot of times.
So you're saying if we mess around and try different things and different settings, right, that you, instead of accepting,
you could get a different result. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. I think so many people are, how many people, because you'll use macro mode if you want smaller things, and that does a very good job. It's built into most of these cameras, most of these phones. But trying portrait mode, trying anything. The one thing I haven't tried yet, but it makes files way too big, is the new iPhones will do RAW, which will give you all the data from either a movie or a picture. I wonder how much less processing is in the RAW. I know in the movies you can get a flat. Some of the programs will give you a flat. I think if you're recording in RAW, I don't think there's as much processing, which might be the case with the iPhone. Because remember, the big difference between the iPhone and the Samsung is just the photo, the processing that goes on once you take the photo. And Damn, sounds like the whole building's coming down. Some Jeff got here. All right, so I hope we've entertained you this morning. I'm gonna go eat breakfast.
No, that means I got to get up and work.
Yeah, but don't be afraid to try stuff, folks. It's how do you it really does keep it interesting. It actually has, I'll leave you with this thought, and I've talked about it. You've got to fall in love with the whole process of from listing, from buy. Just everybody loves. Most people love the buying part, but the listing, the selling, the shipping, you got to find. And so what in my life? What have I done? I've really toned down the shipping. Shipping is very easy. It's tape machines. It's stained boxes. It's making it very quick and very mindless. I don't have to worry about the sourcing. That's always fun. But it's added a touch of, what can I do with a picture? It's maybe one of the list items just to see what I can come up with. And so
makes it fun, actually, right?
Yeah, I think that anything you can do that would encourage to make your enjoyment of listing, it can't be, even if it gives you the same results, but it gets you to list more because you get some creative and get some pleasure out of listing because it adds a challenge. It adds something. Even if it's like creating a game, I think that's not a bad thing. So that's the thought I'll leave you with. Other than that, Merry Christmas.
Use tide.